Today on Built to Last.
We always go through this scenario where, how are we going to build it?
Nuts, bolts, and volts.
We needed help with technology, and very specifically, we needed electricians to come in and help wire our building.
And a historic theater gets an encore. Where's the popcorn? It's time for Built to Last.
Built to Last is brought to you by the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Labor and Management Committee and Armstrong Ceilings. Faster, easier, better.
Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Monica Pedersen.
And I'm Mark Nilsson. We're social distancing here at the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Center, where Carpenters Union apprentices are laying the foundation for successful careers.
Speaking of foundations, there's an organization on the north side of Chicago which helps some exceptional people lay a foundation for their own lives.
Gateway to Learning is a community day service for adults with intellectual challenges and developmental disabilities here in Lincoln Square.
We have 107 participants that come to us from all over Chicago.
You know, our mission is really to provide lifelong learning to these adults in order to promote their active inclusion at home, at work, and in the community.
We happen to use food as our tool to help individuals learn life skills, job skills.
We provide that life skill training, pre-employment training. We have a rich and full culinary arts program.
Gateway to Learning is very unique and, to be honest, very innovative, because we came into this building in 1986.
And it was built as a school for children and adults with disabilities. But at the same time, our culinary program was built and launched.
And 5 commercial kitchens were built into it.
The best brownies in the city of Chicago are sold here.
They bake the cookies, they bake the brownies, and then Dorothy's Can Do Cafe, they sell them to the public. And they really are included and feel so proud of the work they do.
People know the kind of community that we have here and how tight-knit we are.
My wife went through all the different places to go to. There's a lot of places in the city, and she chose this one basically because the staff pays more attention to them. They set it up as a school. They make sure everybody's involved. I mean, they treat all these kids like, you know, their own. I love it, Dad.
Brian has been coming to Gateways for several years. He had received his first paycheck prior to COVID and was just thrilled. Brian has seen his dad, who's a carpenter, leave the house every day and work hard, and Brian has the same goals for himself. I think following his dad's footsteps, he wants a job of which he can be proud.
It's like a job for him, you know? He's not one to just sit around. He's always up at the crack of dawn. I'll bake. He talks about it all the time. Cookie, honey, coffee, means everything to him. It really does. Loves everybody. This is daily routine. You know, he's a pretty busy guy.
They had a leaking dishwasher in the kitchen area here that caused a lot of damage.
We had a lot of water damage that came up that just needed to be fixed.
I mentioned it at a union meeting.
David, a member of ours, Carpenters Local 1185, he came up to me at a union meeting and said, I realize you have a disabled son. If you remember, I have a disabled son too. And down at Gateway, which says they do a great job with the kids, and they didn't need a few tiles being replaced.
Very interested. Send me an email.
Led into organized labor, everyone getting together, Cisco, and sponsoring it, and manufacturers of product, and Flooring Association.
We jumped at the opportunity. We got the PFIA involved, Mannington, and Mohawk. They donated materials, and they were more than happy to help out.
They had gotten a contribution of some flooring materials and needed someone to get it put in for these folks.
The PFIA donated the labor to do the installation.
We did flooring, standard, LVT flooring in the 2 classrooms, and then over in the kitchen area, we did a polyvinyl flooring that you put in the kitchen.
This is such a great opportunity for them to get this repaired by quality contractors and quality skilled workers, and to volunteer their time like they do so often around this city.
Really nice. The dishwasher room was impressive. And And then upstairs, the 2 other rooms, very nice. This is like the best thing could happen because it makes their life so much better with secure floors.
What it actually means is that they've created a more comfortable and a better learning environment for our adults and our participants.
The doors, to closers, to flooring, to electrical, and you can help out associations like that, young people with disabilities. It gives you a good feeling inside.
The quality and craftsmanship that we do on a project like this, it should be every bit as good as the job that we do for our multi-million-dollar corporate clients.
I know people who have disabilities, and unfortunately there's not all that much out there for them, but places like this provide it to them.
Being aware of the amount of gratitude that we have on behalf of the families and the participants. The people that come here and do this work are not going to know how much they've impacted the lives of individuals. And just the overwhelming sense of gratitude. Opening up that internet access to them, providing that support every day is critical.
At Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions, we take great pride in making a positive difference in the lives of people. With the broadest portfolio in the industry and the technical performance to back it up, you can design and install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered ceiling solutions make it easy for you to seamlessly transition from one end of the building to the other. Improve construction efficiencies and keep every job on time, on budget, and on the mark with Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions. Faster, easier, better.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
From bridges and trains to iconic high-rises, have you ever wondered who's powering Chicago? Unlike our sports heroes, they go unnoticed. Yet they proudly keep our businesses, homes, and great city running. IBEW Local 134 electricians and the electrical contractors have the experience, training, and reliability to keep Chicago open for business.
When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, organizations like Gateway to Learning and its members were hit especially hard. When they reopened in early September, there were significant capacity reductions put in place by local and state government. In order to reach members who could not return in person, Gateway to Learning reached out to Powering Chicago and IBEW Local 134 for a bit of help. What they got was a whole lot more.
Gateway to Learning is a community day service for adults with intellectual challenges and developmental disabilities here in Lincoln Square.
In 1986, the site and this building were built specifically for Gateway to Learning. So it's built very kind of classroom-based, almost like a school when you go in on the inside, which means it does have cinder block wall construction. There was not a whole lot of forward thinking about technology at that time in terms of internet access.
About 95% of the people that come here live in the community, and most of the people that we serve here live at home with their parents. So when COVID-19 came to Chicago, we had to close all services to all our participants immediately. It's beyond measure how difficult it is for them and for their parents.
We've been focused to go, how do we get to people at home?
Internet access in our very old building with concrete walls is very difficult and extremely difficult.
We needed help with technology, and very specifically, we need electricians to come in and help wire our building.
That's good. Powering Chicago got involved with the Gateway to Learning and Improvement Project by connections with one of our Cisco partners who sits on the board of directors.
Cisco is an association that represents over 8,000 union contractors and over 140,000 skilled union workers that they employ. I happen to be on the board of directors for Gateway to Learning, so I'm in a unique position where I get to see all the different union contractors and all the different trades.
We want to get involved. and we're excited to get involved because what affects the community affects us. The first thing I did was assess whether or not we can assist in a project. So typically it's more electrical in the sense of power outlets, maybe some switching, maybe some lighting, but this was more in the communication of connecting Ethernet cables and internet capability for classrooms. And so it was about finding a contractor that had that capability.
Rick Jamerson and Ken Bowens, owners of our company, were contacted about an opportunity to help with the community and come out here and do this. More than happy to come out here and help out what we can.
While Gateway to Learning was able to reopen on September 1st, they still faced restrictions.
A significant majority of our individuals who will still not be able to come in to in-person learning for who knows how long.
When I first came out here and met John, the director, he wanted me to check out just 2 rooms.
Initially had asked for just 2 rooms.
So I was walking through the 2 rooms and I'm like, do you have anything else you might need? Because we got some good electricians who fly. Tell you what, I'll get 3 little quotes together.
And next thing I know, I got an email saying, guess what? They're gonna do the whole building.
They were very excited and very appreciative.
Allows us to reach so many more people. Participants really miss seeing other participants. They really also miss seeing some familiar faces on the instructor and coach end.
And it's an improvisation game called Yes, Let's.
Opening up that internet access to them, providing that support every day is critical.
Let's disco dance.
So that their lives continue to move on track.
I think they're gonna have 17 classrooms now instead of 2. I mean, talk about how many more people come in here, get educated, get online.
Hands down, 100%. We are responsible for people's lives, and the quality of work has to be stellar. And so just knowing that it's coming from the labor and the union is critical.
Good. Not just Gateway to Learning, but I think it's important for any organization to work with union-skilled labor, because for the students who are going to be in the classroom, to know that it's installed safely and correctly and up to code, and making sure that those individuals who are using it know that if anything does go wrong, they have a connection back to those who are established in the community.
We are licensed by the state of Illinois. We have to maintain that license, and so this work is critical that it's done by someone with expertise.
We couldn't be more grateful to have experts come in to give of their time and their talent and of course, their products, but to say that we believe in your mission so much, we want to come in and help you.
Individuals with developmental and physical challenges deserve the same rights and opportunity as those who are going to school every day who are not affected directly.
We build communities from the ground up, and we help out all types of different areas, and this is just one of so many projects that go on by the union construction industry.
We are a community organization, so to have the community support us is unbelievable.
And so this was a perfect opportunity for Powering Chicago and its partners to get involved with establishing a relationship not only with Gateway to Learning, but to fulfill our creed, which is to provide better construction, better careers, and better community.
And I can tell you that the painting is a far cry from a pan and just a 9-inch roller. And they had equipment that I don't even recognize.
Keeping restaurants and hotels up to date with the latest design trends is a constant challenge. Finding qualified contractors isn't at finishingchicago.com. We work with top designers and general contractors who use the latest painting, drywall finishing, and wall covering techniques in Chicagoland's premier hotels and restaurants. The hospitality industry relies on finishingchicago.com as its free resource to find quality finishing contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
24/7, IBEW Local 9 linemen are there protecting you and your family. From the moment you wake up with a power in your home, on your way to work, lighting the way and easing congestion, plus keeping you safe with traffic lights and cameras. So the next time you're at a stoplight, pass under a power line, or just pull into your brightly lit neighborhood, think of your friends at IBEW Local 9. We'll continue to light the way for you. Meet us online at IBEW9.org.
Got a commercial, industrial, or healthcare construction project? Use a professional Flooring Installers Association install certified contractor.
Flooring must be skillfully installed so it looks great and lasts.
PFIA skilled union installers receive industry-leading training, including ICRA, to deliver quality and safety with any flooring product.
PFIA contractors are the single source for all of your flooring needs.
Flooring done right. the Professional Flooring Installers Association.
During these historic times, many nightlife and entertainment districts have gone dark. But there's a theater in the northwest suburbs of Chicago undergoing a restoration to prepare for the time when its doors can open. And audiences will be awed by its historic details once again. And who better to entrust with the job than the painters of District Council 14?
We're currently at the Des Plaines Theater. It was built in 1927. It was originally an apartment community. On the second floor and first floor was storefront and a theater entrance.
The Des Plaines Theater has been occupied on and off throughout the years. Some successful, some not so successful. But over the past decade, it's been not so successful.
The city purchased the building a couple of years back and decided to convert it to a cultural center to have small venue bands and concerts.
We saw the theater as a potential economic engine. If we could get people in that theater 5 days a week, 6 days, 7 days a week, we think that that would spur business in the downtown.
We were asked if we would be interested in bidding and doing some work on this project. We, along with the associations and the union, did not want to see this go non-union. The building is so unique in itself, with all the niches, with all the intricacies that are coming along with this. It takes a special crew to be able to do this work. We handpicked all the people that came in to do this job.
I'm Freddie Guerrero, journeyman, foreman, painter, District Council 14, Local 184. It's a historic theater, over 100 years old, and it's an honor to be here.
We work very closely with our unions and our associations through Finishing Chicago, the Finishing Contract Association of Chicago.
Safety is our #1 goal.
The first thing is to make sure that you've got the right equipment to do the job.
Well, we were on the aerial lift, so we had to be tied off 100%. Hard hat safety glasses, gloves, high vis.
The respirator, whatever we need on the job site, they give it to us.
So watch on the column on the left side. But the biggest thing is to make sure that we communicate well with everyone.
My foreman has a safety meeting every day, always telling us what to expect.
This floor is at an angle, so you have to make sure that you understand your conditions.
Just knowing that, what to look for, dangerous situations, what not to step in, what walk around.
I really do believe that we brought safety to another level here. The first thing we had to do is protect all of the ornate workmanship that's in this building, which is just fantastic. We don't see this every day.
Just to walk in and just look around and just to see how it was built.
The way everything was designed before is completely different from now. That's old school.
Well, there's a lot of setup involved, a lot of prep work. We masked everything really tight and took time and effort to make sure everything was covered great and protected everything as it should.
Then we had to basically clean all these walls, ceilings, everything in this place to make sure that everything was clean. Well, the paint that we're using here is a special product. It's a metallic paint finish, a latex acrylic. The cost on this is roughly about $250 a gallon.
Just opening those gallons of paint and just pouring them into a 5-gallon bucket, one after another. After a while, you lose count.
And I can tell you that the painting is a far cry from a pan and just a 9-inch roller. These guys had scaffolding, they had power equipment, they had spray guns, and they had equipment that I don't even recognize.
Let me tell you, Freddie's a master sprayer, so he knows a lot of tricks.
Just applying the metallic by airless sprayers on the ground is hard enough, but doing it 30 feet in the air and keeping that consistency and that uniform overlap and making everything look as it should is even harder.
It really accents a lot of the decorative elements that we were able to still retain. One is the entrances or the exit means of egresses, how the exits around surrounds the theater backstop, and as well as the beams overhead.
It glimmers, it shines. It's the thing that really puts the icing on the cake.
Just knowing that I sprayed $7,000 worth, it's pretty amazing.
Once that dries, we'll come back, put a finish coat on that, we'll de-prep, and we'll just make sure while we're up there that we have no flaws. We'll do our quality assurance.
And it's quite the space. I mean, it has a great visual effect. The paint, I think, is fantastic.
We've had quite a few people coming into this building and in awe.
They're gonna look up, they're gonna be like, wow. I mean, I already did that now and it's not even finished.
It's important for the union painters to do this job so we can show everyone our safety, our quality, our commitment to doing the job the right way.
I can't wait for the public to see it.
The Desplaines Theater opened on August 9, 1925. Patrons saw the film Our Parents' People. The soundtrack for the silent film was provided by a massive Geneva pipe organ. Following the Great Depression, the organ was sold to pay the theater's foreclosed mortgage.
It's still construction, it's still erecting a building, going up. It's just a matter of how everything goes together.
When you have plumbing issues in your home, it can disrupt your whole routine. At Plumbers 911, we connect you with a highly experienced plumber in 5 minutes or less. We call it our 5-minute promise. All of our expert plumbers are highly trained, background checked, licensed, and insured, so you can feel confident that your job will be done right the first time. Our phones are open 24/7 to help solve your problem, day or night, at 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, your plumbing connection.
We are DeWalt. We're the ones who grind it out. The ones using materials from all over the world to build the things that build America, right here in America. And there's no place we'd rather be. Land of the free, tools of the brave.
This is a team. It's made up of different players, positions, skills, talented, sure, but on their own? Because every team needs a coach, someone who makes things work together. That's how Lesset works. We're coaches in the construction industry, bringing together laborers and management, unions and contractor associations. Our work leads to safer, stronger construction, which is a win for us all.
One of the hallmarks of union carpenters and contractors is staying on the cutting edge of sustainable construction technology and materials. Some of these innovative techniques are currently being put to use, building a new facility for a foster program that uses its own unique approach.
What we do at SOS Children's Villages here in Illinois is we keep brothers and sisters together in the foster care system. And what we're able to do is to find and to create and to build places where children can live together as siblings. We provide full-time professional foster parents.
I think the importance of the structure of the community center is to give a place for people to go and give a resource for kids to feel that sense of community.
We always go through this scenario where, how are we going to build it? What's it going to be made of? We started talking about wood. There's this interesting movement now in architecture where wood is a positive thing and advancements in wood. In this particular case, the product is called CLT, cross-laminated timber.
With this being made out of wood instead of concrete and steel, we're going to have a lot less weight being applied to the foundations. So now we can go to smaller foundations, smaller footings, the smaller piles, which is perfect because in Chicago we have a lot of fields, a lot of lots that are unbuildable because of the soil that's on those lots.
When you're surrounded by natural products like timber, it actually has an effect on you.
I think what we're able to do in this very unique building, being built with this level of timber, is to say there is something new here.
This is groundbreaking in many ways, but starts to open up conversation in our city about another construction type that we haven't been using. Lend-Lease, as a global organization, had experience with CLT, and their offices from other regions came in and started to inform the process.
Well, we've done cross-laminated or mass timber both nationally but also globally, and for me it was kind of important to bring that to this marketplace, and it kind of comes with that great harmony of union labor. and the carpenters' expertise that it makes sense to be doing that here.
Carpenters understand wood, they understand how to handle it. A lot of these buildings are going to use posts and beams, the decks are going to be left exposed. So they understand that care has to be taken in order to install this properly.
And to partner the expertise of the cross-laminated or mass timber and bring it to this marketplace with the skill set of the union carpenters was a great opportunity.
So right now, the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters, our apprentice training program, is training on mass timber construction.
We brought on Dankin Roach, who was receptive to the idea of participating in a building like this.
We put on a training session, and going through the class, they understood the process and how to do it efficiently.
We specialize in low-rise to mid-rise structures, so a big part of our expertise is working in the neighborhoods in Chicago, working on side streets and busy streets with large, 60, 90-ton cranes and larger.
It's still construction, it's still erecting a building going up. It's just a matter of how everything goes together.
But it's still wood.
Studies have shown it does create a better work environment, more productivity, less stress because of the look of the natural wood.
And the kids, every time I drive through there, they always say, look at that. I said, yeah, pretty soon you're gonna be going there. And they said, no, I'm not gonna. I said, yes, it's gonna be for us.
We work together to create an intentional village. A village that is not just bound by geography, but is really a mindset of people. Where children know, and the community knows, that there's always someone home keeping an eye on what's going on, not just with any one particular child, but the collective children in the village.
If they didn't know where their brothers and sisters were at, I feel that they would be probably lost.
And when I think about my kids and the impact they have on each other is why this is so important.
This is also about connecting SOS, the families, the children, to a city.
In this particular village, we're going to create a culinary learning center. And in this learning center, we're going to train young people from the whole community.
I think that it'll bring neighbors that we don't know together with us. I probably end up take some classes myself.
I always want people to understand that within every building there's a story.
There's something very new about the story that we want to tell, and this is the beginning of that story.
That's all for this episode of Built to Last. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hey, Monica, did you know Noah opened a carpentry supply store out in Little Rock?
Really?
Yep, he called it Ark and Saw. You don't like that one?
No.